Close your eyes for a second. It's night. The air is cool, but you're warm. On your left, someone's shoulder is pressed against yours. On your right, you can hear breathing. Slow, deep, already asleep. Behind you, a child is curled into the back of your legs. Somewhere nearby, a fire is going low, orange light still moving on the rock above you. Around you, in every direction, are the people you have known your entire life. Their smell is familiar. Their breathing is a rhythm you've heard 10,000 nights in a row. You are completely safe. You close your eyes. Now think about last night. Where were you? A room, a bed, a door you locked. Maybe someone beside you, maybe no one at all. Probably a phone. Probably a ceiling you stared at for too long before your body finally gave in. You didn't used to sleep like that. No human did. For nearly 300,000 years, sleep was not a private act. It was not something you did behind a closed door in a room designed for one person. It was something that happened together, tangled, communal, warm, in the same way that eating happened together, and moving happened together, and grieving happened together. The question isn't why you struggle to sleep. The question is, what did we lose when we stopped sleeping like humans? Researchers who study the Hadza, one of the last remaining hunter-gatherer societies on Earth, living in Tanzania, have found something that should stop you cold. They don't have a word for insomnia. Not because the concept hasn't reached them, but because the experience hasn't. In studies of Hadza sleep patterns, researchers found that the group almost never had all members asleep at the same time. There was always someone awake, always someone watching. The tribe's sleep schedule was staggered, naturally, without planning, so that the group as a whole was never fully unconscious, never fully vulnerable. They weren't doing this on purpose. Their bodies were doing it for them. This is what human sleep actually looks like. Not 8 uninterrupted hours in total silence. Not a single person alone in the dark. A living, breathing system, where your rest was held inside the safety of other people's wakefulness. Your nervous system was built for this. When you sleep near other people you trust, your cortisol levels drop. Your heart rate sinks, not perfectly, but measurably, with the people closest to you. Infants co-sleeping with a parent spend more time in the lighter sleep stages, which reduces certain risks, but also means the parent and child are unconsciously monitoring each other all night. Your body never fully stops listening. It was never meant to. The silence of sleeping alone isn't neutral. Your nervous system reads it as a signal, as a threat, as the specific and ancient terror of being separated from the group in the dark. That low hum of anxiety at 3 a.m., that's not you being irrational. That's 300,000 years of wiring doing exactly what it was built to do. Let's go back. It's around 70,000 years ago. Somewhere in what will one day be called Africa, though no one here has a name for it yet. The sun went down 2 hours ago. The group, maybe 20, maybe 30 people, has settled into the space they've been using for the last several nights. It's a shallow rock overhang, just enough cover to block wind. The fire is in the center, not blazing, managed, careful, just enough heat and light to keep the edge of the dark from feeling like it has teeth. People don't pair off and disappear. That's not how this works. Children sleep pressed against their mothers, against each other, against whoever is closest and warmest. Older members of the group are closer to the fire. 2 people at the edge of the group are still talking in low voices. Not important talk, just the kind of sounds that say, I'm here, you're here, everything is the same as it was. Someone wakes at the 2nd hour. They sit up, look around, listen. The fire needs a piece of wood. They add it without waking anyone. They sit for a while in the orange glow, watching the dark outside the overhang. A sound. An animal, probably small. It passes. They lie back down. This happens 3, 4 times through the night. Different people, different hours. No one decides to do it. No one is assigned. The group sleeps in layers, some deep, some light, rotating without coordination, without schedule. By the time the sky begins to lighten, almost everyone has been both asleep and awake. The night was not lost. It was shared. Then something changed. It didn't happen fast. Nothing that cuts this deep ever does. Farming began, somewhere around 10,000 years ago, in the land between two rivers, in valleys and floodplains where the soil was deep and the rain came on schedule. Humans who had been moving for hundreds of thousands of years began to stay in one place. And staying in one place meant building something permanent, walls. And walls created rooms. And rooms created a new idea that had never existed before in the history of our species: the bedroom. A space for sleeping, a private space. A space designed to contain the act of rest inside a single-family unit, behind a door, separated from the larger group by wood and stone, and the new social agreement that what happened at night was no longer anyone else's concern. Agriculture invented the bedroom, and the bedroom invented loneliness. This was not progress in any direction the human body understood. The body didn't get the message that walls meant safety. The body only knew that the breathing it used to hear on all sides had gone quiet, that the weight it used to feel nearby was gone, that the fire it used to see from half-closed eyes was replaced by darkness so complete it had no precedent in the history of human experience. Your ancestors before farming had never once slept like this, not one night. Today, roughly 1 in 3 adults in the industrialized world report regular sleep problems. Insomnia is the most common neurological disorder on Earth. The global sleep aid industry is worth over $80 billion, and growing. We have apps for sleep, supplements for sleep, machines that make white noise to fill a silence that isn't supposed to be there. We have built an entire industry around solving a problem that didn't exist for 290,000 years. And the solution we keep reaching for, the weighted blanket, the body pillow, the sound of rain, the podcast voice in your earbuds, is always, at its core, a simulation of the same thing. Other people, nearby, breathing. We keep trying to rebuild the prehistoric night from inside a bedroom using objects. Because the actual thing, the group, the fire, the staggered sleeping, the shoulder pressed against yours, was engineered out of daily life 10,000 years ago, and we have been quietly struggling with it ever since. So the next time you wake at 3 a.m. and the room feels too quiet, and the dark feels heavier than it should, know that you are not broken. You are ancient. Your body is listening for sounds that aren't there anymore, for breathing that used to surround you on all sides, for the low crackle of a fire that someone just fed, for proof that the group is still there, still breathing, still close. The silence you hear at night isn't peace. It's the sound of everyone who should be there.